You know, a lot of people ask me, hey Bob, how does it feel to be thought of as one of the greatest snake catchers in all the Amazon? And you know, it feels pretty good, which is why I'll be teaching classes in speed, agility, and coordination, starting with my intermediate to advanced parkour online. Sign up today and have a check or money order ready. Parkour! Hey everybody, check this out. I'm back here in the Amazon jungle, but this time I'm here with Dave Kaufman of Dave Kaufman's Reptile Adventures and my two very favorite Amy's. We're finding all kinds of amazing reptiles out here, but a few weeks before I left for my trip, I read an article about a new species of giant snake that was just described, and it's supposed to live here in Suriname. So as soon as I read that article, I thought, man, that's the purpose of my trip. I gotta find one of these snakes. So let's go see if we can find one. I'm Bob Bledsoe with Green Room Pythons, here to talk to you about one of the best pets you can own. This pet is loyal, delightful, will never bite you accidentally. It's a golden retriever. Oh, also, by the way, we found a caiman. We're gonna get this guy out of the little tiny bit of water that he was in, and we're gonna put him in a much larger bit of water that won't dry up in 2 days. We had to walk quite a ways with him to get him into this larger bit of water, and I don't think that he would have found it on his own. He would have been in trouble in like a day or two because his little pond would have dried up. We're in the dry season right now. It's supposed to be the wet season, but they're having a drought. So it's actually drier right now than it was 6 months ago when I was here during the dry season. So we're just helping this little guy out. He is probably a dwarf caiman, maybe a spectacled caiman. We're not absolutely sure. Hey guys, slightly future Bob here. I'm still in Suriname, but we looked it up and that is a smooth front caiman, which is very exciting because those are rare and hard to find, and we found one. He just told us a terrible joke and he's been waiting for us to laugh for like the last 10 minutes.
It wasn't even a funny joke.
No, it wasn't funny.
I mean, it really wasn't.
This won't dry up for at least a week.
Right. We have extended his life that long. All right.
I'm just gonna put him right here.
All right, little guy.
There you go, buddy.
Yeah, of course, he's just gonna, I thought he was just gonna sit and hang out with us all night, but no. Look at that, he's like, oh, water.
Look at this, I just released him and he didn't run away, he didn't swim away, he just jumped into the water, got a couple feet away from us and is just chilling. What a cool little animal. I love him, and his name is Ed.
Making a video.
Did you fall over? Did you get so excited that you fell over? These little pups just run around the beach all skinny. They don't get any attention. So we've been in a boat all day going deep into the jungle, and the tide has shifted. So we've stopped at this logging camp, and our friend Jack, who runs the camp, is letting us hang out for a few hours until the tide shifts and we can go again because we were wasting gas. So we're just hanging out at this logging camp. It's really fun to explore around and see what's going on. I think we're going to get back on the boat in about an hour or so, and we'll head to our camp. I don't know what time we're going to get to our camp because we have several hours of boating to do still, but it's been a great day. We've seen monkeys, we've seen giant river otters, we've seen all kinds. Oh, the dog. Oh my gosh, the dog almost got my drone. And so I'm going to stop flying the drone right now because he can jump pretty high. Anyway, the point is we got to get back on the boat. We're probably going to hit camp after dark and we'll set up while it's dark. That'll be fun. Check out this toad that we just found. This is not a toad that I recognize, and if I don't recognize a species in the Amazon, that means it's probably not been described. So I'm about to be the first one to describe this animal. This is a brown toad. He is fat, cute, bumpy. He has green eyes and a chin that kind of goes blub, blub, blub. I'm gonna name it now. His scientific name will be Phrogamus fatius. This is Phrogamus fatius, you guys. I just named my first species, everyone. I just named my first species.
What'd you name it?
Phrogamus fatius.
Dude, that's a marine toad.
Well, agree to disagree.
No, that's a marine toad.
Agree to disagree.
No.
Phrogamus fatius.
Marine,
Describe my first species.
Marine toad.
He's got long legs too. That's another thing.
Bufo marinus.
So that actually is a marine toad, better known as a cane toad, and this is where they're from. They belong here, but they're incredibly invasive in many parts of the world, including Australia, where they're a big problem because those two glands on either side of the toad's head are poison. So any animal that eats that toad is poisoned. So we don't want them in other parts of the world, but we want them here. This is also the largest species of toad in the Amazon. They're massive and they're really cool. You guys, we have a big anaconda down here. Mark and Dave just jumped in the water.
Moments of my life, we've got a huge anaconda. I have been looking for
I'm gonna let Dave
anacondas
talk.
in the Amazon for years,
gosh,
and here he is.
Give this to
So
somebody.
now we've got to figure out, he's wedged in rocks in there, and all that's sticking out is his tail.
Can somebody take these glasses?
And with that, see it. I mean, I see that
you
tail
do
in
it?
there. Well,
Okay.
Where's the head?
the head's probably wedged in the rocks. There.
Gone?
No, he's under this rock. You got to go a little deeper.
It's gone.
So here's where we're at, you guys. I am so sweaty right now. It's 10 o'clock at night. Last night, we all got about 4 hours of sleep. We woke up at we woke up at like 6 or 7 a.m. to leave by 8. We've been on that boat all day long. We got here when it was dark, set up our camp in the dark, and then we're going out to go night herping now. But before we set up our camp, and then we were getting ready to go out night herping, and Kenny, who was out there fishing with a spear, sees this anaconda. So we go chasing through, like barreling through the rocks to get to this anaconda, which we didn't get, but we know where it is. And now, look at how sweaty I am. It's ridiculous. Now we're gonna go out and go night herping until 3 o'clock in the morning, maybe. So I'll sleep when I'm dead.
You see it?
No.
I'm not gonna show you guys. You gotta find it.
Okay.
I see him.
Can I see him from my perspective? You can see him, Kenny?
Yeah, I see him. Look at that. Oh, we're stuck on a vine.
All right, we got it.
Oh,
Get it.
Amy, grab him. Good job, Amy.
Oh, nice one.
Nice. Great job, Amy.
Nice one. Look at the size.
Wow, beauty.
Oh.
I have a video that came out about 6 months ago where we're finding these snakes here in Suriname and relocating them. And so that's not really the focus of this video, but I just wanted to show this snake that we are relocating this beautiful emerald tree boa. And just say once again, you know, I talk about buying captive bred, captive born emerald tree boas instead of wild caught. And the reason is, you know, I come out here and when you see them in their environment, and we're plucking them from a tree in their environment. This is the first part of them going into the export process. Obviously, we're saving them. We're bringing them to a less populated area where they won't get trapped into the export process. But when we pull them out of a tree, and then I go to a reptile show and I see some wild caught emeralds, I know that a month before, maybe a few weeks before, they were right here in a jungle like this, either this forest or you know, somewhere just like it. And it really hits home when you're here and you see these snakes. I just really believe that the wild animals should stay in the wild. If you know, as long as we have a nice captive breeding program, you know, captive bred, captive born, captive hatched animals are such a better option. But look how beautiful this girl is. We've been working with her, and there are times that she'll get a little tense and she'll start to get snappy if something happens because she's a wild snake. But once she calms down, she does really well. We've had her out and had a number of people hold her. We've had some of our people that are here with us that have never held a snake before held this girl for the first time. I'm saying girl just because we're assuming it is, but not based on much scientific, but we were thinking that she looks very healthy, but she's thin. So maybe she just had babies. Let me just also say that every animal that we found out here looks so healthy. And that's really nice to see because I've heard stories. Amy Benzie has told me a story of an area that she went to in Peru, Amy, where all the animals were sick.
Right up a river.
Oh, so it was here.
Label.
It was here a different year in a different spot, and all the animals you found seemed sick.
All of the emeralds were sick.
Oh, so it's really nice to see these super healthy emeralds and the other stuff that we've seen. Hi, I'm Kent, and I am afraid of snakes. It's so scary out here. It doesn't even sound like him, does it? No. I can't. He's my own brother. I've never been able to do an impression of him. Oh, hello, I'm Kent. No, it sounds more like Kermit the Frog. I can't even do an impression of my own brother. Crazy.
Okay, you are so pretty. You are.
Hey, Amy, let's do a Patreon scroll.
Okay.
Hey, you guys, I want to say a couple things that are unrelated to Patreon while we scroll the Horde of Keepers over on Patreon. First of all, they're the ones that are keeping the channel going. They're also the ones that are allowing me to travel to make videos like this. I don't know if that's the best route to go for my channel. I don't know if you guys want those videos or not, but we're going to do a couple experimental ones like this and see how they do. But so thanks so much to them. But I want to say a couple of quick things. First of all, I can't go swimming anymore. I'm used to spending several hours in the afternoon swimming in the Quarantine River, but the Quarantine River is infested with piranhas and electric eels, some dangerous things. I'm not too worried about them usually, but I have fallen a couple times for some reason. Apparently I can't stay on my feet in this trip, and I've cut myself. So because of that, I don't want to attract piranhas, which it definitely would, so I can't go swimming anymore. I'm just complaining now. But the other thing is, we've got one of these rats that in one of my other videos from Suriname from 6 months ago, I talk about the fact that the locals mentioned that these snakes are mostly eating these arboreal rats, which are all over the trees. And we ended up with one of those. The idea is that their teeth are so long to get through not necessarily feathers, which they do sometimes because they do eat birds occasionally, but they are mostly eating these arboreal rats that have very thick skin, thick fur, and fur that's kind of like a porcupine quill. So we're going to take a look at that rat that we got last night. Pretty gross, but I want to see what this fur is like. Anyway, thanks again to the Horde of Keepers over on Patreon. Really appreciate them. We have this disgusting arboreal rat right here that's kind of messed up. Sorry that you have to see this, but it's very important. There's an interesting thing, you know, we've heard from the locals that, and people that have seen the stomach contents of emerald tree boas, that the main thing they see is these arboreal rats because they are all over the place. They occasionally see feathers as well, but the thought has always been that these snakes have such long teeth because they're grabbing birds out of the air, or maybe grabbing roosting birds, whatever, which would be a really difficult thing to do to just snag a bird out of the air. But so what they're saying is that the arboreal rat is really what they're eating. But let's talk about another snake for a second, because this is interesting with regard to convergent evolution. There's a snake in Australia in the Kimberley region called a rough scale python, and when those were discovered in the early 90s, they went, wow, this python has massive teeth. Why do they have such long teeth? They must be eating birds. And then they quickly discovered that there's another species of rodent that they didn't know was there and is just in that Kimberley region that these snakes are mostly eating. And that rodent has developed skin that just sloughs off and grows back, I guess. But if the snake grabs it, they can slough their skin off and get away. So it's kind of an arms race between the rough scale python and this rat in the Kimberley region to develop longer teeth and skin that sloughs off better and grows back better or whatever. And so that's a really interesting thing. But it looks like that's the same situation here in the Amazon jungle with the emerald tree boa and these arboreal rats. I don't know what the scientific name is of this rat, but Amy Benzie just showed us how you can just easily rip that skin off, and it looks like that's what's going on with these rats. These are all over the place, and this is the main diet, I think, of the emerald tree boa. They're taking whatever they can find, birds, whatever else, but these guys are all over the place, and a pretty easy meal when a snake is sitting in a tree and these are running along the tree. They can grab these things. Pretty cool, interesting stuff.
Are you gonna eat that?
I was just gonna ask you.
You mind?
Yeah, please. Thank you. This is a little Amazon tree boa that we got on our way into camp. And I didn't film it, so we didn't film the catching of him. But when we got him, I thought, oh, wow, look at how orange this snake is. It's going to be so pretty. I'm so glad that we're moving this because it'll be really valuable. But because I don't know these snakes well, Mark told me that they're actually born like this, and they then will brown out. So I thought the snake was going the other way. It was going to get more orange and more orange. But the interesting thing is, it's starting out orange, just like these emerald tree boas start out orange, yellow, sometimes green. They're starting out a bright color. And, I posed a theory that I had heard potentially. We don't know exactly why, but there are a bunch of different theories. Dave has a really good one. Dave, come over here and tell your theory in a second. Let me tell mine really quick, then I want to hear yours. The one that I think is cool is that there are certain predators who may not be able to see certain colors. And it goes the opposite way with a tiger, like the tiger's prey, those deer can't see orange. So a tiger basically disappears in the brush. So it might help them stay away from predators to be these bright colors if they can't see. Dave, come say yours.
So my theory is a little bit different. I think that predators can't see a lot of varied colors. And so, like for instance, a tiger, deer can't see orange, and therefore that tiger kind of disappears.
Dave, that's the one that I just said.
Oh.
So what we're looking for is something different.
Oh.
Yep. You mentioned berries last time.
Berries.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was about something else.
Oh, okay. Well, let's...
So my theory is, all joking aside, let's get scientific here for a moment and serious if that's possible. So I think that your theory is pretty spot on, but I also think that when they're babies, getting food is kind of difficult. They're small, they have to overpower their prey. And I think that if they're brightly colored as babies and they're sitting on a branch, they mimic fruit. And so little mice come up, try to eat that fruit, bam, that fruit bites back. So somewhere in between Bob's theory and my theory is the truth, or we're just completely dead wrong on both accounts.
Yeah, we just don't know.
Yeah.
We also know that these guys are eating a lot of frogs and lizards and stuff like that, but definitely could be eating little mammals as well. And I like that berry idea. That totally could be a thing.
I don't know, frogs eat berries.
Anyway, this is going to turn brown, and as an adult, he'll be a normal Cook's, even though he doesn't look like it now. Or a normal Amazon tree boa.
Very cool. I love this guy.
I do too.
I love this guy.
He's so cute.
He's so cute.
And just a beautiful little guy.
God, I love the Amazon.
There is no way. Oh, Mikey! Get this iguana! Do you catch iguanas?
Yes.
Yeah? Can you get this one for us? Look at that, how easy. Oh, I I should have been down there. Nice job.
Wow, look at how green they are here.
So green. I just thought I might try to catch this. I'm not a predator, you guys. Mikey is, but these green iguanas are really experienced at getting away from predators. Look how beautiful this is. These are, this is an iguana that's endemic to this territory. They don't live in Florida naturally, but this is where they live. And man, look at this beautiful guy. This lizard is being really good because he could, if he had the chance, he could really tear me up from both ends. These tails are incredibly strong and these jaws are incredibly strong. They are, as pets when they get to this size, you don't want to mess with them. Like, they have an attitude. They could be really nice as young lizards, but they get up to about this size and all of a sudden they're territorial and freaking strong. But look at this guy. Look how beautiful that green is. Wow. Hey, buddy. And look at that face. Oh my God. Look at those eyes. Can you get close in on those eyes? It's so beautiful. You guys want to see an iguana swim? I love watching them swim. They're so good at it. Watch this tail go. Oh, we didn't even see him swim because he was just gone. That's how good they are at it. He's just gone.
Ow, you bit me. Why did you bite me?
We found so much stuff on this trip that I hope you don't mind that this is a two-part video, but we've got some really exciting stuff coming up in part 2.